Hey everyone, it's Kristyn Burtt for the Web.Files. The controversy, the excitement, is it an indie or is it a studio web series? What am I talking about? Well, The Bannen Way, of course. And we are thrilled to have Mark Gantt and Jesse Warren here to tell us all about their new show. Okay guys, welcome to the Web.Files. We've got Mark Gantt and Jesse Warren from The Bannen Way.
My name is Neil Bannon. I'm a gambler, a thief, and a con man. Hello.
Hi.
Today, I decided to get out of the criminal lifestyle. But how do you do that when everybody wants you dead? Yeah, I'm not really a gun-toting kind of thief. You will be. Feel good, right?
I've heard nothing about your show.
Your line.
Really? I know, it's so strange, funny, but nothing. No buzz, no
nothing.
press, nothing.
No negative press.
No. Okay, you know what? You want to start there?
Yeah. Might as well just get it out of the way.
Let's get it out. You guys, or Sony, I should say, pre-released 3 episodes before your official launch date to be in consideration for the streamies. The streamies have their rules. You have to have 3 episodes out before the end of the year, so fair is fair in terms of that. But people reacted.
We always intended to have it come out in 2009.
Okay.
And then they decided that they didn't want to compete with like all the Oscar buzz that was going on. So they said, let's do it in January. And it's like, well, we still want to be in contention with the streamies.
I think the really interesting thing that came out of it was, well, it's the studios and it's not fair because, you know, what about all the indie producers? But let's be honest, you guys.
Yeah, we didn't start at Sony.
Right.
I mean, we weren't employed there first. I mean,
right.
Yeah. We're just you know, I said in one of those blogs, we're just a couple of dogs trying to get a bone like everyone else. So.
Right, and you guys started this because you felt like your careers weren't happening as fast as you wanted them to.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, I was saying, it's like if it was me and I didn't have Sony behind me or something, I would feel that initially, that would be that initial feeling is like, what's going on? And wait, is there some special thing that the streamies are allowing because it's Sony? And it really wasn't. When I first was reading it, I was like, what? Why are they talking bad? I mean, somebody's like talking bad about me in the Bannen Way. It's like, this is the last thing I wanted. Can't we just have like one straightforward conversation? And I feel like at the end, you know, all these different people now are like, we're tweeting back and forth, and we're like, oh, I'm going to go check out your thing. I just voted for your streaming. You know, so it kind of brought it together, and we're on a common goal.
There are so many players sort of that come into this. You guys are repped by ICM, and you have Sony, but was ICM first? Was the Sony deal first?
Well, you knew Jesse Albert, who was an agent at ICM, and he repped the project. And Sony was the first people he mentioned. Yep. And we met a bunch of people around town and went to NBC and ABC and Disney and this and that. But we came back to Sony.
And he was the first person, he's like sat down, he'd read the first 6 episodes. He's like, yeah, it's exciting, guys. So you're not George Clooney and you're not Soderbergh, so
how do we make this happen?
Yeah,
and they were only paying like $5,000 an episode at the time, and we wanted to
top.
Yeah.
He's like, MySpace is like right now the only people paying it's like $5,000. It's just like, this is way too expensive. I don't know how you're gonna do it.
But we were trying to bring like film quality as much as possible to the web,
and not having any idea really how to do it. I mean, that's the reality. The reality is just like they said 5,000. It's like, wow, we can do a lot with 5,000. Is that not enough to do what we need to do? You know, I mean, I had enough experience from working on set to understand that it took more than $5,000. From that process, we went, okay, well, we should probably get a budget on these 6 episodes. And then that budget came in from our line producer. But when she gave us this budget, it was like, she's like, okay, this is bare minimum. This is like, you know, if you just like get call-in favors, and it was like 160,000 or something. I was like, what? Like, who
for
favors?
6?
For 6. I was like, what favors?
Oh boy.
Like,
And you guys shot on the red cameras.
Shot on the red.
Yeah, you know, it really makes a difference.
Well, we said when we were going to do the promo, when all this stuff was coming up, how expensive it was going to be, it's like, look, we have access to XL2s. Let's just shoot it, you know. And Jesse and I were like, it's just not going to be what we want. And for me, you know, as vain as I am, my whole point was I needed to look like a star.
Neil Bannon, millionaire.
I needed to look like $1 million in order to sell the lead of a series.
I also wanted to touch upon some of your sponsors and brands that were integrated within your show. I mean, people are probably thinking, how'd you get a Jaguar?
You know, he was calling Jaguar, he was cold calling them.
And I pitched him again that we wanted the XF, which is what we had in the pilot. And this woman's like, really? You know, we have the 2010 XKR in LA, black. I was like, really? She's like, that's more Bannen, I think. Yeah. Okay, she's like, well, how long do you guys need it? I said, well, we're shooting from such and such dates, such and such dates. I mean, if we can get it, you know, she's like, so you want it for a month? I was like,
yeah,
or a month. I was going to say, like if I can get it for
like
2 days.
21 days.
Yeah. It's like, you know, it is such the Bannen car.
It is. Bannen is totally marketable.
Yeah. We wanted, you know, the Bannen babes to be part of these Maxim or FHM or some, you know, kind of partnership.
The Mensch has hired an assassin trio, the hottest assassins I have ever seen.
Something tells me you're not what you see. So what ended up working out is that we have the 2008 Hometown Hotties winners in the show. Maxim and Sony are partnering together, so we have 20 Hometown Hotties from 2009 in Bannen's Black Book on the site.
Did you write this so you could like kiss a bunch of hot girls?
Hi.
That's what my girlfriend wants to know.
Obviously, Madison was cast into a name role with Vanessa Marcil.
My fee is 500 grand, but on one condition. I call the shots.
You know, very pleased. I think she turned out, it was great.
You're definitely underestimating my trigger finger.
Yeah, and I think the neat thing is it's not, are you surprised that you had a name actor doing web series? I think that question really kind of has been answered. It's more of how did you get them?
Started by chance with a couple of relationships.
Yeah.
So I guess Robert Forster was the first one we got, and then Ironside.
Yeah.
And thankfully they all responded to the script. Like, I mean, because we'd been working on this forever, and to get only feedback from Sony for a while, and then finally, like, we gave it out to these, like, you know, legit actors, and they really liked the script. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's exactly
so
You're
cool.
like, I have an Academy Award nominee in my show. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. The web is great. I mean, it allows, you know, young talent, you know, who don't have the means to create, they can now do it, and but the success of this is going to allow them to put more money into it. The cream will rise to the top.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us here in the Web-Files. I'm really excited, and you know, I'm glad we hit the controversy right at the start of it, because I was like, you know what, let's just get it out there. Okay, you guys, hopefully we cleared up a little bit of the controversy with the Bannen Way and the Streamies. You know what, we're all in this together. You can be indie, you can be studio, or you can be a little bit of both. This episode of the Web-Files is now closed. I'm Kristyn Burtt. We'll see you next time.